All right, we'll start things off with Rich.
Is that unmute thing? Oh, I am unmuted. Okay. Hey, Coach, I was just talking to the boss the other day, and he goes, how's BC soldiering on through all this? So how's BC soldiering on through all this?
Say that again, Rich.
No, I was talking, my boss asked me how BC was soldiering on to all this. So I'm asking you, how is BC soldiering on to all this?
What do you mean by soldiering on?
Just outside distractions, just focusing on getting ready for a tough season.
Well, we're in training camp, so I think it's, when you're in training camp, you're kind of locked in a bubble. And it's every day is Groundhog's Day, and you wake up and you eat breakfast and you go to meetings and you go to practice and then you recover and you work out and you go to a meeting and then you're done. So I think because we're in training camp, that's why we've been able to push on so successfully right now. There are no distractions. We keep talking to the guys, like I told you guys, control what you can control. And right now that's trying to do their best every single day. So far, so good. So I guess that's how we've been able to push on the way we have. We got great kids. I still want to give them the credit for being able to do all this. We have great protocol. So I want to give credit to our doctors. Without them, we wouldn't have a chance between the players and the protocol.
In normal situations, you'd break camp like 7 to 10 days before the first game. But the kids are going to be going back to class, and you have that long stretch before Duke. How do you adjust your practice schedule, or what changes do you make from that to go into a regular type season situation?
Sure. Well, regardless of whether we have a game on the 12th or we open up at Duke, once school hits, Rich, we're locked into 20 hours per week by the NCAA. So literally as soon as we're going to be out of camp, Sunday would be the last day legally we could be in camp. And then once school starts, we'll be in our 20-hour week. And that's the same for everybody around the country right now. So if we had started school on the 15th, we'd have to be in a 20-hour work week there too.
Okay, just one quick question about the schedule. It's amazing you have 6 crossover games this year, 5 straight right out of the gate. In some ways, is that good to get that kind of a sampling of the ACC that you would normally wouldn't regular season?
Yeah, I think it's great. I have a ton of respect for the ACC and all the teams, and I'm just excited in year one to kind of see where we stack up, and we'll go from there.
We'll go next to Dan Reuben.
Coach, been talking to some of the defensive linemen, and some of the things they come back to is mostly just about the attitude and the instruction that comes from Coach Vince. What was kind of your introduction to him? When did your relationship start with him? What made you want to have him on your staff with at BC, and what has he kind of brought to the table through this whole process of building your team?
Sure. Coach Vince and I were together in San Francisco my first year out there. He was the assistant D-line coach, and he did a lot. I mean, he coached those D-linemen hard. He was, he didn't care whether it was an all-pro guy like DeForest Buckner and Eric Armstead or just a free agent. He coached them all hard. He was very technical. He had a great relationship with those players. The players respected him. Sat in the meetings with them. He brought up great ideas, whether it was pass rush or stopping the run. Really smart guy, great human being. And, he left and he went to UCLA with Coach Kelly. And I stayed in San Francisco, and I knew if I ever had a chance to hire a D-line coach, he would be the guy I would want to hire. And then when I got to Ohio State, all those guys spoke so highly of him as well. So it just reaffirmed of everything I thought about him out in San Francisco. And now that I watch him every day on the field, he is an outstanding football coach.
We'll go next to AJ Black.
Hello. Could you give an update on how Phil Drakovic is doing? What have you seen in terms of his progression? How has he grown during camp? Just give a little bit of an update for us.
Yeah, I think, Phil's getting a lot of reps now, and he's getting better every day. You can see his confidence growing. He's more comfortable in the scheme. I just think he's got to continue to play football. It's something he hasn't done. But the arm strength is there. The speed is there. Now you're starting to see the confidence, in himself, and you're starting to see some leadership from him. So that's been very positive for us.
We'll go next to Rich. I think you're on mute, Rich.
There we go. I'll get this one of these years. Just talk about the quarterback competition. I mean, when you have two really determined guys, does that uplift the other quarterbacks in the or does it uplift the whole offense when you see two guys competing so hard back there?
I think it uplifts them for sure. I think on any team you want to create competition at every single position. That's, in my opinion, the only way guys get better. Sometimes things get stale if people don't think they're competing with anybody, and then you have some people who can compete against themselves, and it doesn't matter. But the more competition we can create at all levels, at every position, every year, the better we're going to be, and that's what we look to do as we build this thing.
Anything else for Jeff?